Welcome back to 6-Minute Math Plays. Today we will be doing our normal New York Times Games Suite. So let's start off with pips. Here we go with the easy. We're going to skip that tutorial. All right, we got a bunch of zeros. So we know our double zero is going to go in that left corner, and our 0, 6 is going to go in the bottom right. Because the 6 is greater than the 5, that makes that a 0, 1. We have a 0 less than 4, and then we have a 0, 2. That one has to be the 0, 2. And then we got a couple left here. So we have a 0 less than 5, 0 less than 4. We're going to, neither of those can be the 5. And then these two fill in. So 4 is less than 5. And 3 is less than 4. Perfect. Let's go on to medium. We have a 4. We have a 3 equals this 10. So I know that's a 6 and 4 or 5 and 5. Greater than 2. Greater than 3. Okay. So I'm going to look at this equals first. This 3 equals is either going to be 5s or 6s. So that is interesting. If it is 6s, my double 5 can go there. If it is 5s, I have a 4 and a 6 available. So I think that's going to be the double 5s. I know these two 4s are a 2, 2 or a 1, 3. I don't have a 6. Okay, we're going to go with a 1, 4 there. That's going to be the 3. I don't know if that's going to work because that now has to be the 3, 2, which would make that a 4, 5. That one won't work. It's a little tricky for a medium. This one's not just jumping out at me. Let's try and do these 5s here. So I know that's the 5, 5. Let's have that be the 6. It's either a 1, 6 or a 1, 3. Let's go with a 1, 6. Let's make that a 6, 4 with a 2. That's a 2, 3. That is not greater than. Okay. So I think that's actually going to be the 6 now. I think I'm going to set with that with a 6. I'm going to say 6, 1. Let's see if this works out. This is going to be interesting. Nope, because none of those equal 7. I am having a tough time where to start with this one. So I think we're back to the 5s. So my 5s are equal. 6 is greater than 3. I have a 10. I have a 7. I have a 4, but I don't have another 4. So that's not going to overly work. But let's see if we can make that work otherwise. I actually think that is going to work here. Okay, that can be our 6, 4. That can be, that has to be a 1. Oh, that won't work. Interesting. Let's see if this works. That can be 4, 2. That can't be that. It's a 4, 2. That's a 2, 3. That's a 1. So that won't work either. Maybe my 5 is vertical, which would make that the 5, 6. But that's similar to what I just had. That's a 1, 6. And that's a 4, 2, 2, 3. There's a 1 in. Okay, so my 5 can't go there. So it does have to be a 6. I don't like that. Because if those are the 6s, then I have to, has to be a 5, 5. Oh, I am missing something. I'm going to give myself a 5-minute time limit on this one, just to not waste everyone's time. I think that's got to be a 5, 5 here. And then I'm just going to, see, this is struggle busing with this, because that makes that a 3. That has to be a 1, 3. That's a 1, so that can't be a 1, 3. Okay, I am about at my 5 minutes, and I have really struggled with this one. Let's give a quick reveal here. Actually, I'm going to put pieces in to my best guess, and then we're going to compare it to what we had. So I'm going to say that. We'll compare it to what the answer actually is. That has to be a 4, 2. That has to be a 2, 3, 1, 3, and 4, 6. This obviously is not it, but we're going to reveal and just show what the answer is. So I was right with the 6, 6 and the 6, 5. What happened there? 4, 2. I was convinced that the 6, 4 was here, or the 6, 1. Interesting. Yeah. Oh, I actually could have just switched the 6, 4 and the 6, 1, and I could have got it. Shucks. Okay, let's try our hard. So we have a hashtag symbol here. We have a 4 equals, greater than 0, 4 equals, 4 equals, 12, 3, greater than 1, greater than 4. Okay, so let's see if we can find numbers for those 4 equals. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 6s. I have 4 2s, 4 3s, 4 5s, only 3 4s. No 1s and 2, or 1 1 and 2 zeros. Okay. So I'm going to look at this 3 first. I have a bunch of options. So I'm not even going to attempt to look at that. I actually think I should start there. I'm going to give myself a 10-minute time limit on this one. Okay, so I know it could be 2s. I'm just seeing if there anywhere has to be a double. I don't think so, based on where things are. Okay, so I'm going to start with that 3 over this 12. You know what? I think it's this 12. Because 12 divided by 5 is 2.4. So I know that these are low numbers. So let's see if we can do some math here. That is 4. That is 10. That's 10. I'm just trying to pick my lowest numbers. 5. 6. Okay. So I know my 2 2s has to go there. I'm not going to say has to, but most likely does. I'm going to say, let's make that 5, which would make this a 3. Okay, that actually makes sense to me. So which 3 do I want to put in there? I am going to put and that's a 3. Okay, so this is going to be a 3. Oh, that can't be a 3. Oh no, it could go this way though, technically. So it could be a 3 because that would be the same equals, so that can't be a 3 either. Okay. So this is either a 3 or a 2. If it is a 2, it's a 5 and 6. So that tells me that this is a 5 or 6. Okay, these two are 5s and 6s. So how do I know that? This has to be either a 3 or a 2. By best guess here. If this is a 3 or a 2, I have 2, 5, and 2, 6. If I have a 3, 4, there's not enough 4s to fill out these 4 equals. And if it's a 3, 3, I don't think there's enough 3s to fill out the equals and keep everything. So, and I'm, okay, low on 5s. Okay, so let's go with let's start to put pieces and see if they fall in. 6, 6. That has to be greater than 4, so that's a 5, 6. This is a 6, nothing. That is a 6 greater than something, so let's say 2. Although, I have a feeling that you can switch those around with 5s. But let's go with it. I don't have 4 5s and 4 3s to work with down here anymore. So, cannot be that. I think there lies my answer. Let's try that with there, and we're going to go a 5 2. I'm going to go 5 6 up top. Yes, yes. I'm going to go, this is a 5 1. I have either 5 3 could go there, or 5, that could be a 3 5 there. So I'm going to leave that. Let's say that it cannot be a 3 3. Okay, and it can't be a 3 4, and I'm out of 5s. Okay, so that can't be there either. This is a 2 or a 3, and I could go either way technically. Let's try a 3 6 there. I feel this is a good route though. I don't know why. My 3s can go here. My 5s can go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if I do that, that would make that the 3 5. That has to be 3 5. Alright, let's just see what that looks like. No, because that has to be a 5 5. Okay. And that can't be the 3 6. Alright, let's try that as a 2 then. Because I can make that a 6 somewhere. So that would make that the 3 6. This is going to be a 6 5. Because I already have the 3. So these are my 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have enough. That has to be greater than 2. That has to be greater than 0. That has to be a 6. I think I'm going to run out of numbers again. My double 3 does have to go in one of those places. That has to go there. That goes there. That goes there. I don't think this is enough. Almost there. That one is wrong. Because I don't have enough. But I like this. So what can switch out of it? This is 14. So I need to switch the 4s with a 6. There's a 6. There's a 6. That's not going to work. I'm reaching my 10 time limit here. Ooh, this is another tough one. So let's reveal. Let's get on to our other games. So there's the solution. Oh, it was a double 4. Oh my goodness. I just had to move 2 pieces. Wow, I really should have seen that. That is pretty embarrassing. All I had to move was the 6-2 and the 6-0, and I got it otherwise. Wow, that is embarrassing. Hopefully, I can make up for it with some of the other games. So let's do our strands here. Okay, our topic today, or our theme today, is it's part of the game. So I have basket down below. This cue is interesting. I feel basket is something. Let's set. I think we're doing volleyball. Or I see pickle. Okay, so I think we're doing ball games here. So let's see if I can find ball. I have ball there. So what is my spangram? I think it's play ball. Maybe not. Let's just start to fill in words. Let's just try and get this under. So I have set. Set isn't anything. Pickle is something. I think volley is also probably one. Racket is also probably one. Oh. Spell it correctly. Paddle. Foot. Base, and that gives us our answer of have a ball. If I can click all the letters correctly, though, that is our spangram. Wonderful. Okay, let's tackle our Wordle here. Yes. Let's start today with taser, just for fun. Ooh, a T and an A. Okay, I want to throw a C and an H out for this one, so let's go with patch. I know my A's not in that spot. I like match better, actually. Let's just see what other consonants I can get here. Ooh, that doesn't help me with the T. Okay, I like bloat. That changes my A and my T. All right, so... I'm going to stay with a lot, as in we're going to allot items to other people. Puts my A at the front, L and T are in the same spot, and I have gotten it. Excellent. Okay, now lastly on to our connections. So we have dress, wishbone, roller, ball, shower, stethoscope, brush, mixer, slingshot, spray can, reception, computer key, fluctuation, tuning fork, work period, palette knife. So I'm looking here, and things with a doctor's office. I got stethoscope, reception, tuning fork, fluctuation, slingshot also go together. Work period, palette knife. Roller, brush, spray can, and palette knife are things to do with painting. So I think that's one. This is going to be enter, computer key. I don't know why. I think things to do with enter. I don't know why that is jumping out at me. Let's get this one to start here. Ways to apply paint. So that's good. Slingshot, wishbone, a tuning fork, and a stethoscope all form the shape of a Y. Y-shaped things. Shower, dress, no, fluctuation. Oh, shower, mixer, reception, and ball are all types of parties. That's going to be yellow. And then we have fluctuation, dress, work period, or computer key. And I'm going to say that that is, after looking at my computer now, a shift. Things to describe shift. There we go. Wonderful. Thank you for joining us today for our 6-minute math plays. We did really well, except for our medium and hard pips. Everything else went as planned. Always remember that the best way to get math is to practice math, so keep on practicing. And until next time, keep solving and evolving.